Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's reading vlog is so fun. I got this video idea from my best friend slash roommate. She was like, oh, do that. And I was like, that's so smart. Like, why are you a genius? So I've been utilizing my Kindle a lot more recently after I finished the Throne of Glass. Kind of went on a mini book buying ban, but I've already broken that, so that doesn't really count. To keep using my Kindle, my best friend, she was like, oh, you should do a video where you read the ads on the Kindle. So I'm going to turn off this Kindle, and the first ad that pops up here, I'm going to read that book. You ready? Hello Beautiful. So we have Hello Beautiful by Anne Napolitano. I actually have a hard copy of this book, so I can like switch off. I can't believe that I actually have a copy of this. So I can just read this whenever I want to. This is the book we're reading this week. I think I'm gonna do 2 more because I always like to do 3 books in a reading vlog. That's insane. I feel like I scripted that, but I did not script that. I was expecting like mafia romances to be all up in here. Because that's what I've been getting ads for recently. I think I've gotten ads for like Rena Kent. God of Malice by Rena Kent. A lot. Our first book is Hello Beautiful by Anne Napolitano. I think that's how you say it. So I have it here. It's such a pretty book. I tried reading this a couple months ago and I stopped. Like I didn't say I DNF'd it because I didn't even make it to the first chapter. All I know, it's more of like a literary fiction book. So now that I'm in my literary fiction game, only read like 2 books from like that genre recently. I read Carrie Soda's Back. That's it. But here we are, lit fic time. Honestly, this kind of defeats the purpose because I am gonna read this physically. I'll see you guys when I have an update on the book, which is nothing so far because I haven't started. So I'll see you guys later. Hi guys, long time no update, but it's the 11th. I started Hello Beautiful like a couple of days ago. Let me actually see. I started this the 9th and it's now the 11th. So far so good. I didn't know this one is like very loosely like kind of like reimagining Little Women. I love that movie. Haven't read the book. That's one of my 2024 goals. And while it's like not the same as Little Women, like the storyline is completely different and it's more like a modern like area, but like not modern like today modern, but like modern like the 50s 70s modern. It's moderner than Little Women. That's what I'm trying to say. We follow some characters. So we have William. It starts out with him, with his life, and then he goes to college. He becomes really heavily involved in basketball, and he's like 6'7". So there's William. He meets this girl named Julia, and then Julia has 3 other sisters, so very Little Women like. Julia's the oldest, the next is Sylvie, and then there's twins, which is Cecilia and Emmeline. I really like it so far. I feel like it's like what I'm saying, it's like kind of boring, but like it's kind of like that like coming of age boring where it just like follows the characters and it just follows their lives. So far we've only gotten like 3 POVs where you really focus on Julia, William, and Sylvie. But the book follows like a format, so it's like William's POV and it goes from like couple dates and then it goes to the next POV and it's some like, it's just, yeah, you know, you get it. I'm 171 pages in. How far I'm into. I never really used like the book sleeve as a bookmark and I kind of like it, but like I feel like this is kind of like ruining my book right here, like the actual dust jacket, but whatever. I remember when I first tried to read this, I read it like I read the first, not even the first chapter, and I just saw basketball and I was like, I thought this book was literally just gonna focus on William and Julia's relationship in basketball. I feel like the writing, it's like literary fiction writing, like it's like stereotypical like fiction writing, so I feel like I have to like read it more and it's not as predictable as like other ones, so like I feel like it's taking me longer, but maybe that's good for my brain. I don't know. It's actually crazy that I really like it because without the Kindle ad telling me to read this, I don't think I would have read this in a long time. It was just sitting on my shelf, so that's good. I've also started a Notion, so that's fun. I'm having a blast doing it. So I'm actually gonna do a Notion tour because I'm really proud of it. I don't know how long it's gonna go to. First we have my welcome page and I have that, then I have like some other pages that I have, and then I have my reading goal. I've only read 3 books out of the 100 that I set for this year. And then I have some like pictures. I have this really pretty one. It goes with like the bluey green type of feel that I'm going for. And then I have this one of flowers, and I have a Magnolia Parks quote, duh. And then I have Snoopy in the library. Then I have my reading goals, and then I only have 1 page for that. And then I have music. I have Sarah's BJ Magnolia playlist, because I don't really listen to playlists and I don't really make playlists. I only listen I'm like psychotic, and I only listen to my liked songs on Spotify. Like I like the song, and then I have like 500 songs in that liked playlist, and I just shuffle through that, so kind of crazy. Then I have my classes that I'm taking, and then I have this calendar view. And then first, this is what started off. I was like, oh my god, I'm just gonna do an assignment tracker, and then I made a whole notion. So I have my assignment tracker. It has the assignment, and then I have the class it's for, and then you can just like toggle through and like do that. I correlate these, like the colors, to like the groups I have on Google. I'm very into that. And then I have the type of assignment it is, and then I have the status, and then I have the okay, this is very important because I like to do my work before it's actually due. So I have when to complete this by, and then when it's actually due, because there's a bunch of different due dates. Like some teachers do before class, the start of class, or some people do 11:59 then like that night. So it's very hard, and I like to do it early so I don't like get caught off guard from that and miss assignments. So I have all my assignments, and that was what this started it all. Then I have my YouTube page. I have a video tracker, so I will just update when I upload. So on the 9th I uploaded the December wrap up, and then I have video ideas. It's basically a list of video ideas that I want to do. So I have some, I'll just blur it out, but I have like this. It's a table, so I have my Kindle ads, choose my reads, and so that is in progress right now. And what type it is, a reading vlog. There's that. This is so cute. I have a gallery view, and it's gonna be every month. Like I'm gonna upload the thumbnail of my favorite video that I made that month. Isn't that so cute? And then it's just gonna be a gallery of my thumbnails. Okay, this is my monthly reads tab. I still will use, I'll mostly use my notes app. I'll use Goodreads, I'll use Storygraph, but this is also another place that I can have it. It might be easier for me to use this when I like do my wrap ups. This is the gallery view. Isn't it so cute? So I have a beach read quote for January, and then I have a Magnolia Parks quote for February because of BJ's birthday. This one has green in it, so I chose it. And then I have a bunch of other ones. I have a bunch of Taylor Swift ones, like this one for May, and then June is Mirrorball and with a book, and then I have July is Taylor Swift, and then August is August by Taylor Swift. Da 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 da. This is how it is gonna be. So I have the quote, and then I have the reads I have. So and then I have down below is my thoughts on the book. So, and that's what I'm gonna do for every month. Look at this picture of like the cover. That's actually my bookshelf. So I have the 24 books I want to read in 2024, and it's just some books that I want to read. Some of them are new releases, some of them are just books that I've wanted to get to for a while. I've just started this one. I did this during class. So I have my classes. So I have the syllabus, like I'll upload the syllabus, and then I have the course schedule that I get from the professor. So I have that course schedule and what I have to do, and it's just easier than going into that PDF on my thing, and it's just here. That's my Notion. There we go. I probably will come back to you when I finish this book, and then we'll pick the next book. I have about 80 pages left, maybe 89-ish, 90, 100. We'll go 100. Something just happened, and I cried last night, so there's that. Something happened, and I just want to see how it goes out now, because now I feel like I felt this way from like the beginning, but like these characters and the way like all their relationships like play out doesn't feel like, they don't feel like fiction characters to me. Like some characters, like I know the Magnolia Parks world is like fictional. I know these people don't exist, and I think it's part of the way like that it's written, like you know it's fictional. Same with like all these like fantasy worlds, because they're like in fantasy. There's like a distinction between them. While they like can feel real, they aren't real. I feel like this is like a memoir. I feel like I could have been like this like author could have written a memoir about people that she knows, like, or like written a biography of like people that she knows, and like she just like turned it into a literary fiction work. Like I feel like these people are like, they actually exist, and that's like not good for my head. This world is so like mundane. That's the word. It's so mundane that this could literally just be anybody, and then anybody like could read this book and be like, relate to a character or relate to the situation, or like picture this happening to somebody they don't know down the street. Like this is actually insane. So that's fun. Like I don't think I've ever felt that way about a book, like that this could just happen to like Nancy down the street. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like they do, like the author does a good job of like making it seem like it's just every day, which I really like. So I'm gonna finish it today. Just finished. Can you see how red my eyes are? Okay, I'll come back when I'm more put together and I'll give you a rating and my final thoughts of the book. I think I've gotten most of my thoughts out, but rating and then final thoughts, and then we'll pick the next book. These glasses always have so much glare. Final thoughts on Hella Beautiful. I'm giving it, I was in between ratings. I don't think it's like my favorite 5-star book I've ever read, but it's a 5-star nonetheless. I think anything below 5 stars is undeserving of it. Especially like if I give it a 4.75, I feel like I'm not being true, because these characters are so real. Like these characters are the most mundane characters I've ever read about. There's drama, there's emotions, high emotions, there's love, there's friendship, there's sisterhood. It's kind of like another reimagining of Little Women. There's a bunch of Little Women references in this as well. I don't know if you guys remember, but this follows the 4 sisters, Julia, Sophie, Emmeline, and Cecilia, and then also this guy that Julia meets in college, William. I just loved it. Like the story was so, it was like boring, but then it was also like captivating at the same time. Like it was just, it's literally, it's the most mundane story I've ever read in my life. And like it shows everyday like things. I don't think I've read a literary fiction book like this that just shows like life like this. I loved it so much. 5 stars. And now it's time to choose the other book. We're in my Kindle. I'm gonna turn it off and then I'm gonna see the book that comes up next. I can't read that. God of Malice by Rena Kent. Okay. I think this is one of those mafia books. It's one of those dark romances. Oh my god. Wow, I'm kind of scared. What does it say on Goodreads? Okay, it's just a dark romance. It's in college. Okay. I caught the attention of a monster. I didn't ask for it. Didn't even see it coming, but the moment I do, it's too late. Killian Carlson is a predator wrapped in sophisticated charms. He's cold-blooded, manipulative, and savage. The worst part is no one else sees the devil side I do. Check author's note before reading. Oh god, I'm scared. I'm actually really scared. Why? Like, this is like worse than any thriller. He's a true psychopath, not a make-believe, nor a bad boy who was eventually tamed. He's a villain with very questionable actions. Morally black characters, not even morally gray. I'm terrified. I think this book's like 400 pages, dude. We're gonna read God of Malice by Rena Kent. I'm gonna do some research. I want to see who's read it. Like I know Larry likes a lot of dark romances and she reads a lot of dark romances, so I want to check her channel, see if she's read it. I want to see how she's feeling about this book, so I'll do that. So I'll see you guys when I get into the book. It might be a DNF book type of deal. I'm kind of scared. I'm really scared. I don't think I've read a dark romance ever in my life. So there we go. Hey guys, it is Sunday and I just finished God of Malice. I finished it on my Goodreads and I finished it on my Storygraph, but I don't think I'm gonna give it a rating at all ever, because if I did give it a rating, it would just be a 1 star. That's coming from like a moral standpoint. Like, I don't like dark romances. I don't seek them out. Some points, Killian, our like main guy, he's definitely a psychopath. He's definitely crazy. He thinks about killing people and all that. So there's that aspect of like dark romances all the time, but this dark romance was like, I don't really read dark romances, but I know Larry reads a bunch of them, and then I know that's like a bunch of mafia. This one had like a smidge of mafia, because these are like college students in England, and in this like it's in the UK, and there's a UK like prestigious school for like a bunch of rich kids, and then there's another prestigious school like close by, I guess. They're making it in the book, it made it seem like they're like right next to each other, but nearby is like the King's College, King's U, I think, I don't remember, and that's like for American kids. I don't know why like a bunch of American kids, like a bunch of American elites are going to school in England, but whatever. So there's the English school, and then there's the American more school, and in this American school, there's like 2 rival, like kind of like, I don't know if they're gangs, but they're 2 rival like sectors of the school, the Serpents and Heathens, I think, don't remember. I don't retain information, but I retain like plot points. I don't retain details. That's it. I don't retain details. Yeah, Killian and his like friend group is in the Heathens, and then there's a rival Serpents group, blah 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 blah. That comes to play like later in the book. The first like 2 chapters, crazy. Do not read this book. Just don't. Especially if you plan on reading it, I guess. Read the freaking trigger warnings in the author's note. It's absolutely insane. Don't want to talk to you guys about it that much, but it's insane. The writing's not good either. So like, and I'm not bashing on her. Like, if this is a genre like people like, I don't care. It's like, read what you want to read. It's just not for me. You know those like writers that write like British culture, like, oh, he's cheeky, oh my god, like stuff like that, like things like that. That's what it felt like in the book when I was reading. There's also some very cringe like other lines like from the Americans. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. And then Killian, he had like so many like he was just so vulgar. I'm like, oh, like I was like, oh my god. And like I think you can see it in one of the time lapses, my brows furrow so much when I'm reading this. Like, I look disgusted sometimes when I'm reading this. Like, I read it though, like I could have DNF'd it. I literally could have. And so I think that's like part of the reason I'm not giving it a rating, because like if I were to rate this, it would be 1 star, so obviously. Like, I don't recommend this book. I don't want people to read it. But Killian and Glendon are our 2 main characters. Glendon, they meet really early, and then Killian's like obsessed with her, and then Glendon's like, please leave me alone. And then Killian's like, no, like, I don't know why, like, I'm drawn to you, but I'm drawn to you. That's basically all that happens. But like, it's also like, you know, like I'm saying, like, I'm so disgusted sometimes. There were some cute moments in there, and then I'm like, realize like, this is Killian, this is the guy, like, this is the guy that did that in the first chapter. Like, okay, let's pick the next book. Lately, every time I've turned off my Kindle and on my Kindle, I've been getting Lauren Asher. I get throttled. I haven't turned it on yet, but I've been getting like that series, and if it comes to that, I'm just gonna keep on turning my Kindle on and off, because I've read that series, and I can't, like, I'm not rereading the series just for this video. So there's that. There, turn off. Redeemed. No, I've read that one. I've read it. I've read that. So it better be good. Throttled. I don't know how to fix this. Redeemed. Why is it showing the same 2? Why is it only the Dirty Air series? I cannot deal with this right now. I'm gonna go to bed. It's time to go to sleep. I just cannot. Why are you giving me the same books over and over again? It's only been those 2 this whole entire day. I'm not gonna lie. It's the next day. It's Monday. I'm gonna try to do this Kindle ad thing again. I read that! This is so hard. At least now we know when we're getting a different ad than Redeemed and Throttled. I'm gonna throw up. Oh my god. I'm gonna throw up. I'm just gonna keep turning it on and off. I just don't get it. Should I like restart my Kindle? I think I might do that. I might do that. Oh! Wait, am I stupid? There's a section that says review all ads. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. These special offer ads are God of Malice by Rena Kent. Read that. Hello Beautiful, Ann Napolitano. Read that for this video. Bride by Allie Hazelwood. This is not out yet, so I cannot read that. Next is Wildcat by... So this is the only book on this list that I have not read yet, so I am going to read that book. This is a Wildcat hockey romance book, apparently. It's pretty short. 388. Dropping out of college and moving back in with my parents was not the plan I laid out for myself, but here I am working whatever jobs I can find until I figure out what to do with my life. It doesn't help that things that my ex-boyfriend is splashed all over ESPN winning trophies like he isn't the least bit heartbroken. So when I met Leo and he makes me forget about the mess of my life, I don't think twice. Ooh! Or ask enough questions, because the cute guy I went home is not just some cute guy, he's Leo Lohan, star forward for the Wildcat hockey team. Everyone knows not to trust too handsome. Everyone knows not to trust too handsome for their own good hockey players. What does that mean? Like, am I just not reading this correctly? Especially when your dad is the coach. My parents are already disappointed in me, and Leo has a lot on the line with the team, so no one can find out, and it definitely can't happen again. We have to read this now because I'm truly sick of these Kindle ads, because they've been giving me throttled and redeemed all over again. This is our book, Wildcat by Rebecca Genchak. Thank God, we did it. We did it. I think I've put this sweatshirt on and off like 40 times. I just need to finish my makeup because my eyes were messed up because of how many times I put this over my head. But I'm getting ready for class, but I wanted to talk to you guys about the book. So the book so far, honestly, the rating on Goodreads was pretty low. I was like, okay. It was about like a 3.7, and I was like, okay, that's not the highest. Normally the books I read, they're normally like around 4. So I was like, okay, dang. I was like, what's wrong with this? But it's very surface level, so it's not like too crazy. But I love the guy in the book. I love Leo as a character. Scarlett, our main girl, she's a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie. She, like, okay, so they met at a bar, and then they had a one night, and during that one night she did not know who he was, and then he didn't know who she was, and then turns out Scarlett is the coach of the NFL team's daughter. Yeah, she's the coach's daughter, and then he is like the new assistant captain, I think. They meet, and then like Leo's like, oh, you're just the coach's daughter, did you know who I was? And that like got glossed over pretty quickly. And then but Scarlett was like my dad's your coach. Yeah, what am I saying? I'm gonna have to cut so much of this out. Like, we can't do this. And then it's also because she broke up with her ex, who prioritized his career over her, and he was an athlete, I think F1. And so she was like, I don't want to date another athlete. And then we're 50% in the book. She just keeps saying, I don't want to date an athlete. I don't want to date an athlete. I don't want to date an athlete. And I was like, okay. I was like, so why Leo's still pursuing her? There was something that was cute. So she's working as her dad's assistant for the time being. She had to like get this form signed by like all the players, and then like return it in so they can like travel with the team. So he signed a different form, and he like turned it in on her desk and stuff like that. And then she's like, oh my god, I can't find it, like where is it on my desk? And then he's like, oh, I guess you're just gonna have to make me sign another one. And then he's like, oh, over like lunch or something. And she's like, I can just make you sign it right now. And he was like, no, I'm busy right now, and ran away. I think it was so cute. So Leo's really holding the book together. I'm 207 pages in. Yeah, I think I'm gonna finish it today. So I just finished, what was it called? Wildcat by Rebecca. It's Rebecca Genchak to me right now. And I think I'm giving it a 2.75. At first, before I finished reading it, there was just one annoying part, so I felt like I could get past that, so I was gonna give it a 3.5. And then I kept reading, and the third act breakup, the reasoning for the third act breakup, one of the stupidest reasons I've ever read about in my entire life. There was no like need for that. And as I kept reading, Scarlett, our main girl character, hated her. I was like, girl, this is like, I was like I was gonna rip my hair out because I told you she was like very indecisive, and she's like, no, I don't want to date you, I don't want to date athletes, blah 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 blah. Like, she's the reason for the third act breakup. That's all I gotta say. Also, like, regarding the relationship, they like made it out to be like they were so in love and stuff like that, and I could really feel that from Leo's point of view, and like the way he felt about her and the actions that he did for her. But like for her, like a realization that she loved him so much, and her like that love was just like so good and great. I could not feel it. I did not feel it. I was like, hello girl, what are you talking about? And then she, you know how I talked to you about her ex-boyfriend, and she was like, yeah, I was hidden from him. And then she contradicts that later, and it's just like from being like the media, like how they portrayed her, and I can see that. But like she like there's 2 points. She's like, I wanted to be seen, and then I also didn't want to be seen. Like, girl, what do you, huh? I actually hated Scarlett. I was like, girl, what? And I just think it was like because she was so indecisive and did not know what she wanted, that like played out into the third act breakup, when I was like, girl, make up your mind. Like, I truly cannot care. I'm not reading the next one. I've at like the end of the book, it like showed like the blurb and like the like trope like slash premise of the next book, and I read that and I was like, no, I do not want that. Like, please. Especially because this is such a stupid thing to have, because it's just, okay, I'm not gonna get into it, but I was really angry. I was like, this is so bad. Like, I was like kind of rooting for this hockey romance. Like, other than like Scarlett being so annoying, I thought Leo was a good character. I loved his like relationship and like the banter he had between his friends also on the hockey team. I really liked that dynamic. But I just think Scarlett ruined the book for me, and it made it seem like these actions that were happening were so unnecessary and so like not needed. That's literally another way to say unnecessary, but so that really got me. 2.75 still. So ending thoughts of reading Kindle ads for the week. 2 of them were really bad. 2 of them were horrible. And then we had 1 5-star. So Hello Beautiful by Anna Politani, I gave 5 stars. And then I read God of Malice by Rena Kent, and I gave that, I didn't rate it, but I would have given it 1 star. And then I read Wildcat by Rebecca Genshak, and I gave that 2.75. So Kindle ads, hit or miss. 1 really good one, 2 pretty bad ones. I'm so excited to read my own books now. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I have to read something for a class, so I'm gonna get started on that. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!